Here's the current state of my P10F. And what I wanted to show you was the grip, which has the Sugru on it. And I even put a little Sugru in the slots on the CGW trigger. But I've got this Sugru built up on the grip, even up under here, to bring my wrist down a little bit. And then on this side there's not much. There's a little Sugru here to make it easier to my hand to grip there. And then there's a little bit up here for the thumb. And the main change is to get some thickness on the palm side of the gun, and to get some thickness back here on the back side of the grip. And I think it'll show up better from the bottom. But if I show you an end view, you can see how I've built up the Sugru on the grip to kind of ovalize it and to try to get a little more contact with the palm of my hand. So I'll show you what that looks like now. So you can see the grip is still pretty high on the gun, but not as high as it would have been without the Sugru up there. And that makes the angle of my finger down to the trigger, instead of being like that, it's closer to horizontal. So for me, that's better. On the other side, looks like this. You can see my fingers still tendency to at least contact the trigger guard, but the trigger pull now is kind of like this. So it takes up, then the wall, and a little bit more movement, and it's off. And what's hard to predict is how much you've got before you hit the wall and when it's going to go off. And after the first shot, and resets, and then you've got some. But if you reset it and let it go, yeah, it's still fine. But it's hard to get used to the trigger. My index finger is finally healing up from the first few days of shooting the pistol when I had the wrong striker spring in it. But it is, trigger is pretty good now. And this is the Slaughter Machine old original sight mount. It's a two-piece steel unit. It's pretty heavy, but works great. I had it on the P09 for, I don't know, a year or two before the Springer unit was available, and it held fine there. It seems to be holding fine on this gun. The P10F is really a wonderful gun. I'm not saying that I like it as much as my P09 quite yet, but it's getting close. And as soon as I figure out this trigger or modify the trigger where I can predictably preload it and shoot it, then it'll be good to go. And this is my new camera setup. I've got an arm on my workbench and got the camera mounted to the arm, and a screen where I can see what y'all are seeing. And other than the lighting's a little weird and the color temperature's strange, I think it's going to work fine.